All right, right now, fire officials are holding another press conference on the Gaithersburg condo building explosion that injured at least 14 people. Let's take a listen.
Building 1 of 826 early this morning. The excavator claw was relocated to the front of the building and began removing materials from the front of the building. As work began, we made access to our apartment of focus inside of 826. As that work continued, we did locate and remove one body from the structure. Any questions to that point before I turn it over to Chief Jones?
Is that the person you believe was on the couch?
That's not what I said, Darcy. I said we removed one body. Chief Jones will go from there. Any questions of what I said or clarity you need there? Then I'll let Chief Jones step up.
Thank you, Chief Goldstein. I'm Chief Marcus Jones from Montgomery County Police. As noted by Chief Goldstein, due to the fact that one body has been located in this in the apartment building of note, this now involves Montgomery County Police Major Crimes Division, along with our continued work with the Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Fire Marshals Unit. Therefore, we are looking, based upon information, preliminarily, we are looking at this event as a criminal investigation. We have no identity on the individual whose body was removed today by fire rescue. The body has been transported to the medical examiner's office in Baltimore. It is there where we hope to make positive identification of that individual, hopefully by tomorrow. And then therefore we will be able to answer more questions about who that person is, and maybe more information about the person's exact location in this building, whether they are a resident or whether they are or were a visitor or another family member. At this point, we have no information to suggest that this individual, who this individual may or may not be.
Chief, can you say why criminal investigation as opposed to a death investigation?
That's a good question, Darcy. So we have some information. Again, it's very limited, but we are looking into the possibility of this as a criminal intentional act. We don't know that for sure. We have a lot of work to do. We are lacking a lot of other evidence. As you know, fire rescue has not completed their search of the actual location due to the time of day. And again, of course, they've stopped their search for today. There's incredibly a lot more evidence that we are searching for, but we have some information, again, that will at least lend us to the belief that we need to look at this preliminarily as a criminal act, and that's the focus that we'll have due to the fact our investigators are involved.
Can you be any more specific about what evidence leads you to believe that this is potentially intentional?
At this time, I can't be more specific. There are a lot of loose ends that we still need to tie up in order to be able to confirm that, along with some other evidence that we will be seeking. Again, we will do our very best to be able to try to do that in a very methodical way, in an investigative way that's going to be productive on our conclusion.
Is there any chance that there might be more victims in there, or do you believe that this is, that you examined that unit and it's kind of been between you and Chief Goldstein?
Well, I think Chief Goldstein would better be served, but I know that the search continues. We have not stopped searching for potential other victims in the location at this point in time.
Male or female?
We don't know. I don't know.
Where does the investigation stand into the one unaccounted for unit and the possible person that was missing?
Well, the investigation still, again, coinciding with fire rescue's work, still means that we still have to search more, right? We have not determined that the building is all clear of any other possible victims. So therefore, that search will continue through tomorrow, in our hope that we can clarify with certainty that there are no other victims in the rubble.
Do you believe that this particular individual was from that one unit?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Chief, has your department been able to make contact with the person on the deed for the one condo in question?
No,
So still no contact. with
there's
that
still
person?
none of that. No.
And do you believe that this was a criminal act committed by someone who is still alive, or that this was a criminal act and a suicide attempt at the same time?
I don't know the answer to either of those questions. I don't.
Chief, can we ask Chief Goldstein? One of the victims in the explosion who got out had described the building shaking before hearing that explosion and experiencing what could potentially cause the building to shake.
So Stephanie's question was, there was a report from a resident who was in the building at the time of the emergency or the explosion, feeling the building shake before the explosion occurred. Is that paraphrasing it correctly? It's new information, Stephanie, that I'm not aware of, but talking about natures and dynamics, that could have been a structural member failure that then created a reason for the building to explode. Okay, there's many opportunities and options for that. Bear with me on questions, folks. Let me get through some other information and then work towards questions.
All right, you were listening to Fire Chief Scott Goldstein there from Montgomery County talking about yesterday's explosion at a condominium in Gaithersburg. We've just learned that one body was pulled from the rubble there in Gaithersburg following that explosion. That body was sent to the medical examiner's office in an attempt to identify who that person was. Investigators are now trying to determine if that person was a resident or if that person was a visitor. They're also looking, according to Chief Marcus Jones from the police department, looking to see if this may be a criminal intentional act. We'll have much more on this coming up in just a few minutes.